Jamaica's transition to a republic status has become a focal point in the country's political landscape, sparking a deepening row between the government and the opposition.
Now the rift between the two sides has escalated as the opposition, led by Mark Golding, raises concerns and demands for meaningful engagement on the constitutional report that has been recently submitted. Our reporter Ramon was at the office of the opposition leader today.
The opposition will not assent to a recently submitted constitutional report if the government fails to engage in due consultations. At least that's according to opposition leader Mark Golding, who made the call today at the opposition's headquarters in the corporate area. Similarly, the opposition leader called for the report, which was submitted to the cabinet yesterday, to be made public.
The public should have been empowered to review and comment on the reform proposals as detailed in that report, so that the public's views on the specific proposals could be considered before the report was sent to Cabinet.
Cabinet received a draft proposal from the Constitutional Reform Committee, CRC, on Monday, lacking the signatures of the opposition's representatives and another CRC member, Attorney Hugh Small. Media reports had suggested that the opposition withheld assent under the direct instruction of the opposition leader. However, opposition Senator Anthony Hilton contends that assertion is not entirely accurate.
It's being put about that we did not sign simply because the leader instructed us not to sign. We could not sign because we knew some of the positions in the document were contrary to long-standing PNP's policy.
The opposition's primary concern is the government's seeming reluctance to separate from the UK-based Privy Council, Jamaica's final appeals court. The island's Minister of Constitutional Affairs said the matter would not be an initial priority as Jamaica transitions to a republic. Prime Minister Ramon had previously suggested a referendum on the matter. However, the opposition leader has some reservations.
Not one country that was in the British Empire, as it then was, and moved away from the Privy Council has done so by a process that involved a referendum. None. And those that have a constitution that requires a referendum have found that the entire process has become fraught with politics. The issues have become very messy and politicized, and it has been an unsatisfactory process.
The opposition today maintained its support for a transition to the Republic. However, they remained concerned with the nature of consultations. Also of concern is what they've described as the seeming reluctance of the government to justify its subversion to the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ.
And for the people of the country, it appears as though it is also non-negotiable, because a recent poll has shown that 58.9% of the people also want the CCJ as their final court of appeal.
I'm prepared to wait. I want generations to come to have access to their final court. Shanique Myrie got justice because of her access to the CCJ. She wasn't a rich person. And that is the kind of benefit I want the Jamaican people to have, not just on treaty issues around CARICOM access, but on all issues to do with constitutional rights, commercial disputes, and criminal appeal.
Ramon for CVM News.